Hello, hello. Welcome to the Andrea and Stacy show.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Stacy.
We recently recaptured our passwords for all our online stuff.
Yeah, so we can see who's looking at us.
Was that a fun journey?
It was. Popcorn. So good. I was shocked to see that the laryngitis video had like 67 views or something.
Is it because it's a medical condition and
Laryngitis,
bodily function? Yeah. I think. Episode, what was it? 59, if we've done 60. 59 is our best one so far. 60, 59.
59 loaded after 60 this time.
59 was.
Okay. Analytics for me are always fun. Or interesting. No, they're fun for me. I'll go that far.
I swear if that woman showed up and didn't call.
Oh, you think that's who it is?
I don't know. The dogs are barking downstairs.
Just don't answer the door. Okay. I have to.
Boy, this is a minute 20 in. That's our most exciting one.
Sorry, I was listening for a knock on the door.
I don't know. I just can't seem to get the ball rolling. I've used today to run errands, so that's always I feel scattered.
I have a story.
Okay.
So, I won't say what company Jeff works for, but Allison got a job with the same company, but a totally different department.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't even say what she was doing, but it was very, very labor intensive for very little money.
And no training.
No training.
It just throw you in there.
There was a cheat book for terms and codes of where you could look up answers to people's questions that called in. It was an at-home job for now, probably going to move to the office eventually, which would be Oklahoma City. The cheat book was 800 pages long that you had to scroll through unless you knew a shortcut on the keyboard to find the word you were looking for. And you really needed to have the majority of those memorized. So Jeff didn't pull any strings to get the job. He just found out what jobs were available, which you can do online. He didn't do anything wrong in that regard. I just want to make that clear. But he, helped her through the process.
Yeah.
So
like any parent would.
She gets the job, and it's super overwhelming, and she comes to me and talks and starts crying because she wants to quit, but she feels bad because Jeff was so excited she was working for the same company, yada, yada. And I said, look, just be honest with him about how you feel, and it'll be fine. And it boiled down to the amount of time after work required to study, and the pay was not even, even if you were desperate for a job, you could have made more money at a fast food place or being a waitress for what they were paying, which is ridiculous. So, when she quit, she sent the email. She quit during training.
Yeah. She let them know when she realized this is not for me.
So she sent the email, and the trainer sent back, if you don't mind, will you share with me why, you're leaving? So, of course, she wanted help writing the email because she wanted it to sound professional. And this was her first, emailing type job that wasn't service, related. So Jeff helped her, and it was because it's so dang hard and so little money, honestly. So she got that filled out, and then the next week, the hiring guy called Jeff and said, hey, can I go over with your daughter? She was clipping right along, doing a good job, answering all the questions. I see why she quit. The email got forwarded to him, and Jeff said, oh, yeah. He's like, she'll talk to you if you want her to. He's like, no, he didn't want to bother her anymore. Asked Jeff a few questions if she'd shared anything with him, so he answered them. Then that got sent up the chain because of Allison and Jeff having these relationships within the departments, cross departments, and these people don't know it yet, but starting January 1, they all get a $2 raise.
Hey!
It's like 250 people.
That's really good.
Because of her. It had been a trend. People were quitting because there was no money. But if you ask me, probably still not enough, but that'll be huge for people that are sticking with it. So he told her last night, and I wish you could have seen her face. And I was like, see, Elsie, you never know why you're somewhere. What is supposed to happen. Yeah. So that was pretty exciting to know that these people are going to get this before they leave and for break and come back.
That'll make them want to come back.
Yeah. And then Jeff lost a guy today to another company in another state. And he's going to be making $43 or $47 an hour doing the same job. Yeah. I
would go too and not look back.
Yeah, he's really good at what he does, but that's kind of when they take them from here and move them there, different company, they match the pay or do better. They did by far better. But I asked Jeff if he was going to go, and he said no because you're a contractor, so they can fire you at any minute. And then, he's known, that's how I'll say it, where he's at.
Yeah.
And if he starts there.
There's a time in life to take risk, and then there's being comfortable.
They're hunting him, and that sounds funny to me, but that's what it's called. And there's been people in the last year kind of fill him out, and he has been blatant about it. And then finally somebody sent an email asking, and that's pretty serious. But he just didn't,
It's nice to be recognized for your, doing your job well.
Especially by another company, because you interact with them so much. So I'm glad that he's not going, to be honest with you. But you're right. There's a time when that's supposed to happen.
It's just like that investment portfolio advice I was watching on this video the other day. It's time to take a risk.
Yeah, and that's apparently at 19.
And then there's a time to bring on a guest on your show that says the totally opposite of what you just said. Fill that out. It just changed colors.
It did.
It faded in, faded out. What was that?
I don't know. Maybe they're trying to get a sharper image.
Almost like we're being broadcast over airwaves, I feel like.
That's right. Doesn't matter at all. If somebody's happy to see us, we have like 10 subscribers. I had no idea. Did you? 10 actual YouTube people.
Were they us?
No. Because
I feel certain we have 10, 15, 20.
Yeah. I subscribed to see what it did to analytics when we first started, and then I unsubscribed because, and that's with no comments on.
I apologize.
No nothing.
To 1 through 9 of you. It's doing it. It's still doing it. I'm looking violet. Do you see that?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like you almost look black and white.
Yeah. I got oil on my shirt today from the sewing machines, like I'm a mechanic or something. And I said, oil.
There's like a million tips and tricks for getting that out, and I have never found one that works.
Yeah.
Dink can get nasty all over his plain t-shirt when we're out working. I'll wash it, and he'll wear it the next time, and you won't even know.
Yeah.
One shirt that I buy, one spot, and it like glows. And then people point it out. Yes. You got a spot there. You know what you can do to get that out? Nothing. Nothing.
The blood of a unicorn. Nothing takes that out.
Right. Man, mood I'm in the last week, I'd sacrifice.
You know what I did this weekend?
What?
Nothing.
Good. You ate cinnamon rolls.
I did.
I saw that on Facebook.
Yeah, he made that
It
special.
looked really good.
Yeah. The
like a giant cinnamon roll. I was like, did he just like unroll them all?
He did. That's exactly. He's so
Stop. Really?
Yeah.
That's great.
I will say the benefit to that is 2 rings in, it's all center cinnamon roll.
Yeah.
So that is good. But it didn't rise. I don't know if you could tell. You know, usually they'll puff up to the side of the pan.
Yeah.
But he might have messed with it too long. And he may have patted it down. I didn't watch him do it. He saw it on Facebook and decided to do it. But yeah, that's
awesome. Yeah, if I was rolling it, I'd probably roll it too tight.
I think that's what happened.
Did you see that foreign recipe guy with those potatoes and that cheese stuff?
Standing it sideways? Yeah.
I was like,
that was like
good.
Yeah, a Michelin meal just in their kitchen.
Yeah.
It's
and they just do it all
that's
the
just
time.
that's their regular Friday night
There's
meal.
no Wendy's down the road.
Yeah.
I just apparently I'm at the age where I can't do fast food anymore. It's been told to me multiple times. My body's been screaming it for years.
Yeah.
Today, Wendy's.
Oh. I can't do Wendy's anymore. They have completely screwed the orders up. Like, not even getting someone else's order. It's like I get half of someone else's order. And the last time Alice and I got food there, I ate half of my burger and was like, ooh, I just can't. And then Burger King, it's all cold. So we've been cooking at home, doing a pretty good job of that.
That's good.
Jeff was so excited. Homeland had bacon on sale this weekend, 3 for $10.
Nice.
He was like over the moon.
That's nice.
I'm surprised he didn't break us buying it.
I put our other little freezer back in a little washroom area. It's quite cramped now, but I put that other little chest freezer that I had over at the other house. So now that I have the regular refrigerator, I brought that back home, and I have every intention of trying to stock it with stuff that's on sale.
Yes.
So, and I complain all the time, but I mean it this time. It has gotten ridiculous.
Oh, man. I will tell you, here in town, if you go to Homeland on Saturday mornings, that's when they put their mark down. And we've never gotten, anything weird.
I like Homeland's meat the best out of everywhere.
Me too. Yeah. And I won't go to a butcher just because I'm lazy.
Well, there was that butcher block in Newcastle that I loved. And it's still there. And I would still go, except that we don't go that way anymore.
Yeah.
And so I stop at Cable's, but Cable's really prepares things for restaurant type stuff, and so there's a few things I'll get there. That's where I got that chicken tonight, but it's not where you can just stock up. Downtown Rush Springs, there's a grass-fed beef thing that they opened, and I thought I might go in there, but the cost of beef is so frightening right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cable's, I do get their 1 pound hamburger. I always get the 80/20 ground chuck, and it's usually the same price or less than Walmart.
Yeah, and it's better quality. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't think about it. We used to do that. We used to do all kinds of stuff, but we've really minimized our efforts at living. Oh, man.
Thought of that last time we talked about that ADHD criteria for adults is just cooking one elaborate recipe. That's what I did tonight. It's that chicken. It's a whole chicken, and then you put a stick of butter. I only put half a stick because I thought I'd put more. And then rosemary in it.
Oh.
And then you put this roasted garlic stuff on it. And then you mix peach marmalade and balsamic vinegar and pour it on top. And then underneath you have sliced peaches, onions, and I put apples on the bottom. And I was like, there's more fruit in this than I probably ate last month.
Yeah. So true. I paid $1.25 for one single apple from my guy that comes to the shop. And it's in the back seat of my car since last week. I saw it just now.
Was it polished? Was it shined up pretty?
No, he says, make sure to wash this as I didn't grow it.
You mean you didn't have an apple orchard? You just picked that off of this December?
Yeah. But I'm fine with that. The last one I got, it's big, but still I look at it like it's $1.25 for the apple. I think there's also a bag of 3 sweet potatoes because I bought those the same day. And if they're not back there, I don't know where they are. So there's that going on in my life right now. Which I'm fine with.
Spring. You'll see something green, you'll go to pick it up, and it'll be attached. It's fine. Still grow.
It will grow. Mm-hmm. It'll feed itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's dad sprouted a bean up his nose when he was little. You know how kids will get stuff stuck in their nose and their parents may never know.
Yeah.
Like, it just depends on the situation and the kid. But he had something in his nose and his mom went to get it out and she was like, it was a sprout. So obviously it concerned her. So other than just picking it and going on with life, she took him to the doctor and there was a bean up his nose. Yeah, just hanging out in there. There's a guy that had a fern in his lung. Did you see that?
No.
He worked around plants. And this was like not so like long ago because they had those digital x-rays of it. So you could actually see the fronds unrolling. It was in his lungs. This breathing in spores of ferns because ferns have those little dots underneath them that are spores. Now, I could actively attempt to collect spores and it would never, grow anything. Whatever. He inhaled one and the conditions and...
What do you do?
They surgically removed it.
Oh, my goodness. I'm just thinking of the roots growing in your lungs and...
It would hurt. I mean, obviously it did. That's why he went to the doctor. Fern in lung. But when I understood it was spores, it made more sense, because I thought he had a tumor and it was
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, you can see the things.
I was thinking it was like this big in my mind. I was like,
no. They thought it was a mass, like a tumor, and then they opened him up to remove it. I guess it's Russian. I guess there's all kinds of weird things, but by that far, that just takes the cake,
Oh, my goodness.
I don't know what that is, if that's the same one or not. Yeah, it was on Daily Mail. That's where I read it. I guess it was from 2009. A fir tree, excuse me. I thought it was a fern, but it
does look like a fern.
It's a fir tree growing.
Oh, my gosh.
Either way, it made sense to me when they said, breathing in spores, because you can get lung infections that way, like aspergillus and different things, anthrax, like they cause those lung infections from that, except it's not beautiful foliage, it's nasty fungi.
Fun facts with Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
Could you imagine your lung hurting? I mean, granted, the tree would be that big in me too because I'd wait that long to go to the doctor.
And say it would just randomly pop up on like a scan. Did you know? Yeah. What are you gonna do about it?
It's your problem now. It was there.
I don't want to know all the things tucked away inside there.
No.
Better not know. Like, ignorance really is bliss.
Look how red my face is today.
Wind or chapped or
anger, I think.
Are they getting to you?
Stayed mad today.
At
The
general public or
no
more?
Specific guy.
Okay.
His name happens to be Jeff, but it's not my Jeff. I had a service guy come work on the sewing machines yesterday, and I'll tell you about it later, but when I called him about what the problem might be, he literally said he's driving and couldn't think about it right now, but that I'd be better off just calling tech support because it has to be a computer issue. It was not a computer issue. So I've started several little fires on his behalf that he can deal with over the next week and when he gets back.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't intentional, but I don't mind it because the people I need to talk to are gone.
Yeah.
And so I had to talk to other people to get their emails. So I emailed, and I'll send the main email, a couple of emails tomorrow because I wanted to process what I was saying. I'm doing a bullet email of all the things because it was that asinine.
Open themselves up for it.
And he asked it a question, and I said, okay. I mean, I'm being really cold, I guess, because I'm trying to bite my tongue. And he goes, are you even still there? I said, I'm still here. And he goes, well, I thought you hung up on me. I said, well, I didn't. And then we sit there in silence, which is always awkward. And he told me I needed to call tech support. And I said, well, I called them. I left a message. They're going to call me back. I said, I've talked to this person, this person, this person, this person, and this person. And I thought maybe you would know what you did. But I guess I was wrong. He said, none of those people could help you. I said, not yet, but they will. One way or another.
Yeah. The issue will be resolved.
It will be.
Oh, man.
And he's the only guy that services our area. So it's one of those you have to be kind of careful because you don't want to not get service.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he doesn't need to be allowed to treat people the way that he did.
Just because he has the advantage doesn't mean you have to take the crap, you know?
Yeah.
Because if you have to, you can find somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, at this rate. And what other quilt shop has four long arms in it? I mean, it's just easy money.
Mm-hmm.
You show up there one day and knock all that out.
You need to keep them running.
Yeah. And not make it worse, which is what he did. And I hope he comes back soon. You may come that day to work with me. Bring a friend day.
We'll send the girls out to lunch.
Yeah.
Run the shop for a bit.
Oh, I'm so mad. I haven't been this genuinely mad at someone I've never met, but only talked to on the phone twice now. Technically 3 times because he tried to change his appointment. All the way down to charging taxes on labor.
Wow.
Quite a bit of taxes on labor.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was definitely a bullet email that's sitting there because I need to reread it in the morning. Because I genuinely want to take any tone out of it. I just want to list the facts, nothing but the facts.
Well, it'll be enough to speak for itself.
Yeah, so. That's the deal.
No regret blowing you off.
And the last guy I talked to on the phone, I said, I said, I'm not angry at you, but I'm angry. And he said he understood. And I said, I don't think that you do. I said, when I have to hand this, I don't want to give too much detail when I see that, but I'll be angry again, And so the damage is not done yet. Yes. Yeah. But his hands were a little bit tied.
Is it not calibrated right? Did it get off?
Sort of. And that happens when you don't screw a screw in. Is that simple?
There's the thing.
Yeah.
There's the thing. You rushed.
Yep. Well,
you didn't say, oh no, this is awful. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Here's what I can do.
Yeah.
I can be back on this day.
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
should we call it we'll see you guys next time. Bye.